born in light,
raised in darkness.
Wildheart for eternity.
Wildheart Session 9. Our brave adventurers survived the Lindorm and they actually gained some scrolls and a feather. Things of interest for sure.
And a level.
And a level. And that's where we pick up today.
So,
I think we stopped at the lake.
Yeah, because you had to wash all the crap.
Oh yes,
Yes.
all
Yes.
the feces from the Lindorm was cleansed from your clothing.
Oh, he still smells horrible.
that's a lot coming from you.
Well, have you smelled? Look, you smell. You smell. Elden, you
No,
smell.
no. You
Babe.
You stay on your side of the
You
camp.
smell.
No.
He really didn't want to smell that.
Mhm.
He's like, no, I'm going.
He didn't want to smell it so much, he left his chair. So now we have to go see the basilisk, yes?
I think so.
It is entirely up to you, but you did make a deal with him.
Now we gotta go lie to our teeth to him.
Yeah, he might be a little pissed, but we do have proof, so that should be worth something.
I did have blood on my tusk, but I washed it off.
Yes, we are all grateful that you finally took a bath.
Some things you just must do.
All right. So do you want to travel to the basilisk?
Well, if he's got any more secrets.
He said he did.
Everybody's ready to homeward bound, right?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right. So you grab the skeleton bone and walk into the forest.
To death or glory. Preferably glory.
But with our luck,
Hopefully just out of this damnable forest.
And after a couple of hours of walking through the dense forest, you come to a clearing and you recognize the territory of the basilisk, the small stone ridge pushed up between the parent pine trees.
Before we get there, I'm going to do the exact same thing as last time. I'm going to stealth it up.
All right.
Let's see. That's a 20. 20 for stealth.
All right.
That was a 9. Skilled characters love them.
So do you want to move up to the cave essentially, or do you want, like, about where would you want to position yourself?
Within bow shot, I guess.
All right. Okay. The two of you, what do you want to do?
Pretend like everything's going normal.
Yeah, you might as well just.
Oh god, he's pretending like things are normal, so it's obvious that.
Hello, we are here to talk to you.
Shut up. Shut up.
What? Aren't we here to talk to him?
Just don't talk. You're terrible at lying.
What do you mean?
Who goes there?
It is us. We were here several days ago to procure some secrets.
Yes.
Now look who's bad at talking.
Yes. You have it. You have the life of the Lindorm.
Yes, we have a token from his body.
Let me have it. Give it to me. Come. Give it to me. Toss it into the cave. Sure.
I'll pass him over the scale.
You fling it into the darkness.
Yeah. If he's gonna be all weird about it.
You're like, hey, come into my little basement, kids. Got some popsicles.
You want some popsicles?
This is but a scale. How can I don't know.
Well, it would
Where
have
is
been,
his head?
it would have been very impractical. He was very large. His head would weigh many hundreds of pounds.
We have to walk for a couple hours to get here. I mean, carrying that thing around would have been a big hassle.
Well, I suppose. I shall take your word for it that he's dead.
See, Bernard, he took your word. There you
Well,
go.
he can always go looking for him after anyway.
Because I'm sure that would end well for him.
Yep. He doesn't need to know that.
And you hear
I'm not sure we're not evil.
okay, wait,
Good
no.
does not mean nice.
You hear a shuffling sound inside the cave. Something heavy is being dragged. Like promised. And out of the mouth of the cave, a big two-handed sword slides out on the ground.
Ooh, pretty.
I may need to reassess what exactly our agreement was. I don't recall asking him for a giant sword.
That was part of it.
He did promise you Grunfield's dragon-slaying sword,
Okay.
as well as his secrets.
And how big is this thing?
I mean, it's certainly wieldable for a medium creature, but it is a two-handed sword, so it's a large piece.
Well, if
So-
it's within arm's reach, I'll grab it and hand it up to Bay.
So, funny thought. He had to drag that across the ground. We heard him dragging it through the cave, and he slid it out to us.
Mhm.
The Lenorn liked goblin meat. I'm thinking this dude's a freaking goblin.
I mean, it would explain why he can't pick up a great sword.
Just thinking out loud.
That would be something.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
What if you were wrong, though?
He may not have the appendages to properly carry the sword.
I mean, it could be wrong, but it would be funny if I were right.
It would be. But I don't know that we're going to find that out.
Oh, God.
So, this is a nice sword. So what are the secrets, he says, swinging the sword back and forth.
Oh yeah, actually, as you grab the sword, your skin crawls, and out of the grip of the sword, a wave of scales climbs up your hand, up your arm, and covers your entire body.
Damn it, I thought it was
Whoa. Is this supposed to happen? What is going on?
I thought it was going to be a cursed sort of berserking.
Everybody dies, TPK. What is this? Why am I looking like thing we killed?
The scales have the same color as your skin, but they give you this. I mean they are scales, and the texture of your skin is now different. But
Hey, Bernard.
You got
Bernard.
scales in places where the sun don't shine.
Hey, Bernard. Do I look cool?
I'm not sure how to answer that question.
Well, it's yes or no question. Hey. Basilisk. Do I look cool now? Got scales. I think pretty cool if it's not. You go away, right? I try to put the thing down.
you put the sword down.
Yeah.
And the scales fades away.
Okay, he picks it back up. All right, this I can live with.
Glad you like it.
What secrets? What about the secrets? Yeah.
Of course. See, the secret is who carries the notary's key.
God damn it.
We do not have that one.
As generous as I am, I shall tell you. No one.
Who carries the whose key?
Notarists?
Notaries.
The notary, like you go to a notary public. Notary.
Yeah.
They got those in Canada, right?
Just hand them off to a dude on a horse.
No. Let's. That's the Pony Express.
I was referring to the Kevin Costner film, The Postman, but
Yeah, I know.
An only semi-good film, in my opinion.
All right, I actually like that film a lot, so I don't know why, but I do.
I don't know why I like certain. Yeah, I don't know why I like certain parts of it, but it's not my favorite. But back on topic.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
I think I like the idea of it more than I like the actual execution of the entire film as a whole.
well, now we have to go collect a secret from the walking glacier and then 2 other things.
Do you think he will remember that it was us that waylaid his dog?
No, I didn't waylay his dog.
Hey, you were going to die. Maybe I shouldn't waylay his dog this time.
Hey, I was dealing with the dog.
The dog is already waylaid.
I believe our business is finished. Please, go about your business, and I hope we shall never meet again.
Oh, well, I'd be that way. I was going to bring you back some food, but no. Going to offer you great deal on spices. Bernard, you're supposed to offer it to everybody. What kind of business or door for you?
We're running out. You keep eating everything.
I can't help that. Gather stuff from around here.
Yes, but the fact that you eat spices by the handful for no good reason.
Hey. I put something in it. Just, not a lot. I like a little something with my spice, not the other way around.
It's just like a lack of sense of taste. He just needs a whole bunch of it.
All right. Will you listen to the basilisk and leave him alone? Or
We can always come back later.
you can always
do
bother
have-
him some other time.
Yes.
We do have the homeward bone.
The homeward bone.
Okay. Do you know who else has secrets we could go talk to?
No? No.
Okay.
That's a hard no. It's a hard no.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to transfer all these notes to a different page.
So where do we go now?
Well, how about 2? It seems like it's good enough.
I think you wore out our welcome over there.
Yeah, we didn't kill the snake.
Just mutilated it.
It just beat the shit out of it. Very different thing. It's probably all
Sure.
better by now.
Oh,
Back to the lake then?
We could try the feather.
It's true. We haven't tried that yet.
Do we know where the feather goes?
No, but we could concentrate on it and hope for the best.
That always works out, you know.
Well, we can certainly give it a try.
All right. Grab the feather. Walk out into the woods.
I'm walking, can't see. Walking.
Walk and walk. And eventually you see a timbered house that stands out against the green forest and sits in between two large boulders. The forest seems more compact than ever, and the roof is an explosion of colorful greenery. Red, yellow, brown, and blue flowers rise up against the hidden sky and intermingled with large tufts of grass on the on the weighted down roof. A small, welcoming door is hanging on broken hinges, as if waiting for someone to grab it for it to fall apart.
Is it wrong of me to tell you that I absolutely love the way you say grass?
Gross.
Well, if you're gonna make it weird, yeah.
Jeez, Joel, man. Oh.
When do I not make it weird?
That's a good question.
That's another secret. You gotta find that out.
This looks like home to me. Looks like nice place.
It looks abandoned.
Well, this is strange forest. I don't trust things abandoned.
Well, you know the drill. Bane first.
Oh yeah, now that is the drill. Not the drill with the skeletons. It was all Bane. Stay with the wagon. Bane, don't come over here.
We needed insurance in case someone cut the bridge.
Sure, sure. You see how it is. Neglect me and then expect me to do things for you.
Well, you didn't
He
say
says-
what I told you anyway.
That's right. See what happens? See what happens? He starts to walk forward a little bit, going ahead. He does make sure he's not stepping on any traps or something like that. He doesn't want to get his foot caught in a bear trap or something.
All right.
Are you sure you don't want me to go first? I mean, scout.
Just because you can find traps, or what? What are you insinuating?
Well, you want to go
I mean-
first? I mean, I'm not going to cut. No cutsies, you
Scout.
know. You go first.
Just saying, you know, I'm the Walking Dead man.
Okay, you go first, Eden. You go first. You see if foot gets caught in bear trap, I know to watch my step.
Well, I suppose you saved my house from the frying pan once. The least I can do is look out for you.
Several times.
All right. So you wish to approach the house?
Yeah, hold on. I'm looking at perception.
Perception.
Perception. Okay. Ooh, nice. 28.
It looks like an abandoned house. Doesn't seem to be any tracks or anything. No one has been here for a long time, it seems. There are no traps or anything that you can find.
Turns back and looks to those two. Shrugs, holds up his hands.
Bane just slaps Bernardo on the shoulder. Says, "All right, well, let's go." He just walks forward. He occasionally will have that sword out, and then he'll take his hand off it, and then go, and then he'll put his hand back on it. Go, take his hand off it.
Scale on, scale off.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, check these out, you know. I bet you I can get it before it goes all the way up. Watch."
I think if you do that too much, you're going to go blind.
Baka.
What? Really?
The sword, by the way, is beautifully made and not made out of steel, but something more like silver.
Of course, that is why it is Bane's. Yes. That's what he thinks.
Wow. It's the biggest weapon. You're the biggest dude.
Of course, there will be monetary compensation on your part for.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
no,
you just put it
that's
on
his-
that, you know.
That's his share for like the next 3 jobs.
Hey, we have to get out of here before jobs happen. Besides, you feed me anyway, whether you pay me or not. So,
No, remain positive. Is all I'm saying.
hey, remember the last time you let me go hungry? Bad things happen.
No one lets you go hungry. You'll eat anything.
See?
He has a
See?
point.
You
Anything.
literally ate slop out of a bucket last night.
It was good slop.
He still has a point.
All right. Well,
So I feel like the phrase "good slop" is oxymoronic.
And no, before you ask, he didn't call you a moron.
Just oxy, right? Like beefy, you know?
Yes, exactly. Beefy. That's exactly what he meant.
Ah, see, I figured it out.
all right. Well, do you enter the building?
Unless told
All
not
right.
to.
I guess I won't touch anything this time.
You shall not pass. Okay. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna knock on the door and then make a perception check to see if there's any noise on the other side.
All right.
That's a 14 for perception and knock, knock, knock.
As you knock, the door kind of sways because it is not being held up properly. But you don't hear anything.
Oh,
No answer.
It certainly seems empty.
he nudges it open with his toe. Anybody home?
Doesn't seem to be anyone.
It's a mimic door that bites your toe off.
Damn mimic doors.
Thank God that never made it into Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm. But there are almost no doors. Mimic bonfire. That would have been something.
Yeah, I saw that concept art from the fans. That would have been wicked. And the ladder.
The ladder would have been the worst.
What about the whole
Okay.
the whole building?
The whole building's a mimic, and you get to the top, and it just says, you get into the center where you're supposed to get this thing, and all you find is a little tongue that says, "Gotcha." It's your face.
You just have to go in the front and come out the back before it digests you.
Oh my god.
It's like, what was that show? The Amazing Adventure or Amazing Journey or something like that? You have to make it all the way through. The PCs have to make it all the way through the body of this giant beast. All the way through.
Choose your exits.
Don't you love when your campaign just gets derailed by random BS?
This is why we haven't finished.
This is why we don't complete nice things.
You're standing in front of an abandoned home. It is evidently no one there. There are no traps. And no one answers when you knock on the door.
Are we going in?
Hold on. One last check. Nice. That would be a 25 for survival for checking for footy prints. Anybody here recently?
Oh, there haven't been anyone here. No prints at all.
Okay. And my expert opinion, this place is abandoned.
Wow. I mean, just wow. That's amazing. He says, pushing the door open, walking in.
After you, babe.
Oh, yep, I'm going.
And as you push open the door, it falls off its hinges and on the ground.
He just looks for a second. Yo! He says, looks for a second. Eldon, what'd you do that for?
Can't take you anywhere without you breaking something.
Hey, not my fault. It's not my fault. That one tavern was not my fault either. Okay?
That the one tavern?
Those 3 taverns were not my fault either.
Well, the inside looks abandoned as well. Slightly overgrown. Apart from a back door, there's really nothing in here.
Do you think there could be secrets here?
No. Does it look like someone had stayed here at one time, like a bed or?
Oh yeah, there are remnants of furniture.
He seems strange. What do you think?
I think it's just an old shack in the woods, unless there are some loose floorboards.
Seems like an okay place to spend the night if we need to.
True enough. Would beat sleeping in the wagon for once.
Dibs on the bed, he says. Goes to jump onto the bed.
Oh, your body's just gonna crush that.
And that's how we find the next secret.
And the bed creaks loudly as you land on it.
Oh, solid made, says, slapping the side.
Aoden's gonna search around the place.
Okay.
Considering that thing had a feather that led here, 26 to toss the place.
There are cutlery and like mundane items like that. You believe that a typical humanoid would have lived in this place once, but there's really nothing of interest in here.
Well, okay.
Well, I'm going to start making a fire. Who's cooking?
I made the breakfast. Somebody else can make dinner.
Ooh, do I get to cook this time?
No.
Oh, well then I guess we know who's cooking, don't we? Stuffy says, plotting out to go get his firewood.
All right.
I don't want to leave the clearing though. I want to stay close to the house.
Oh,
Don't
yes.
wander off.
Chicken.
Sure you don't want to wander off?
No, no wandering off. Don't you know? You never split the party.
Well, you managed to pick up some old branches here and there. Gather some firewood. What do you others want to do?
Don't really know. We actually have like a house to stay in. It's kind of odd.
You have successfully made him suspicious of every single thing, even the mundane
Yep.
ones.
Congratulations. Rogue is suspicious. Is the back door in as poor condition as the front door is?
It seemed to be in a better shape.
What's out back there? Anything?
Well, as you open up the back door, you notice
Mimic.
you notice a winding staircase leading up.
What a weird thing to have onto your back porch. Hey, I found a stairway back here.
Oh, really? I say, laying some more food in the fire. What do you mean staircase? There's no stairs outside.
What, like a cellar?
No, they go up. This is outside, right?
Yeah, I'll draw for you to make it.
Yay!
Basically have
Artist.
2 boulders.
Sorry, I had everything while I was talking to my grandfather.
Then you have the house and the front door. Then you have staircase leading up. And it seems to be leading up further into the forest.
So we're eating before we go, right?
How much daylight is left?
There's not too much daylight at the moment. It is getting darker now.
I say we fireside and chill, and then we go tomorrow.
All right. Is that what you decide to do?
Don't know if I really want to fireside and chill with him. Yeah, I suppose there's nothing else for it, right?
I think if we go out into the forest at night, bad things happen.
Yeah, that generally seems to be the consensus. What's up the stairs? Did you say?
Just more forest, he said.
Up the stairs. Oh, okay. I thought the stairs led to like a second floor of the house.
No. It
Which
leads
is-
further up a slope.
Okay,
Basically.
that's why that would have been confusing.
Yeah. All right. Well, you make camp then.
Bernard, hey, Ailden said you were cooking.
Why?
Well, he said I couldn't cook.
Well, you can't cook.
You don't eat what I cook. There's a difference between not cooking and you not eating what I cook.
That's because what you cook is inedible.
Not if I eat it. It is not inedible.
Must I bring up this slop again?
Yeah, I told you it's good slop.
Yeah. Oh, we actually have a fireplace.
You do.
Make bread. I can actually make bread.
You can make bread if you wish.
Ooh, we are getting freaking fancy now.
So much fireplace and chill.
That's right. See, told you. Fireplace and chills. What's going to happen?
20 minutes into fireplace and chill, the dwarf starts making bread. Yeah.
Bane does make a point to open the window so that the elk can stick his head in.
Stew and bread, I think, is going to be it.
All right. Do you take turns during the night?
Yeah, watch doesn't change.
Well, I guess I'd actually have to take. I can first watch because it gives me the longest uninterrupted period.
You can roll perception. Everyone.
I'm perceptive. You already know.
I got a crit fail, so I don't see nothing.
Holy shit!
I fall asleep on watch.
I did too. What
I
the
fall asleep on watch.
Your fault. Your fault.
I got a 14.
All right. Well, during your watch, it is nice being indoors for once. Even if the place is a little bit run down, it's better than being outside. But other than that, there's really nothing going on during your watch.
That I notice.
That you notice. And who is taking the next one?
Bane.
Bane.
Yeah, he falls asleep. So I mean, it's like
Bane is basically
Yeah, he's all full of stew and fresh
he
bread.
had so much food, and
He's had to loosen his. He loosened the tie
Yeah.
on his pants. He's like, he went back to fireplace and chill, and just stayed there.
And it's been such a long time he ate freshly baked bread. And he had a hard day fighting a Lindorm.
That's
And,
what he thinks.
and taking a wash.
Yeah, after a good bath, he got fed. He fought. He had a good bath, and he got fed. Man, dude's tired. He's chilled. He's totally okay. He's just like out.
Aiden didn't have to take his watch, apparently.
Yeah, I just slept right through. Never woke Aiden up.
That's awesome.
And Aiden is an early riser. So he's probably the one that wakes up first. It is a beautiful morning.
What
It's
in all the
morning.
hell? He goes over and kicks Bane while he's laying in the bed. You damnable pig, you didn't wake me.
Oh, just 5 more minutes, Asta. 5 more minutes.
I give you 5 more minutes.
Oh,
He
you
goes-
promise?
He goes and grabs like a teeny tiny little coal out of the fire and then drops it on Bane's ass.
Ooh.
He's like, at first, he just sits there. He's like, are we having bacon? Oh! What is that for? It's your watch. You're supposed to be watching. He says, and he rolls over.
You damnable. Bernard, up. Bernard.
Bernard went deaf.
I gotta redo the
Get
thing
up.
now.
Get up, pig. We need to make sure the house is secure.
Oh, fine. No, there's no breakfast.
Bernard, up.
I am up. I was muted.
We need to make sure the house is secure.
All right, he says, grabbing his scale sword.
Scale on.
Scale on.
It was fine when I went to bed.
Well, you look around. Doesn't seem like anything has changed.
Elk, what do you see outside? He's just wiping his face.
Where?
See, Elk says everything's fine.
Well, that's just the wrong question to ask, isn't it?
Aiden is grumbling.
Bane just stretches. Oh.
Okay. Is that for sex? Or is that- Nothing out front, nothing out back.
Well, there is a staircase that you haven't explored yet. But other than that,
Nothing in my bunk. I was pretty sure we were gonna go that way anyways.
So, what's for breakfast?
The leftover.
Nothing for you. People who sleep through their watch don't get breakfast.
Oh, I guess you don't get any either.
No, I don't.
Hey, that was rhetorical. That was not serious, though.
This back and forth occurs while Bernard is eating bread in the background.
He's eating the last piece of bread in the background.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe if you go out without breakfast, you won't fall asleep during your next watch. Make you think.
Dipped in the remainders of the stew.
Well. Maybe if you would wake up when it's your time, we wouldn't have these problems.
Yes, that is true, but I didn't. And you didn't wake me either, so...
I kind of hope we run into those trolls from the Ice Fortress again.
Okay.
Well, Bernard have had his breakfast. He's
Yeah.
ready for adventure.
I'm well rested and fed. Got my spells for today.
Yes, we are well rested too.
I know. I was having this wonderful dream. Let me tell you about the dream. It was magnificent. We were over there. We was talking with Asta. Lots of stuff like that. And he continues to tell you his dream.
Always about that ogre prostitute. Troll prostitute.
Half troll.
Troll prostitute.
All right. What will you do today?
Well, let's try the stairs. Going to bring the elk with me. I think so, if I can. Which means we're going to use the wagon. The wagon's not going to go up the stairs.
The wagon does not get through the front door.
Yeah, no, I figured. So we gotta leave the pack animals with the wagon. And I'm gonna booby trap the wagon in the manner I normally do, which is just a crossbow with a string tied to it.
You know that doesn't work, right?
You don't know that.
I do know that. That doesn't work.
I pull the string and a bolt just like whistles out the back of the wagon.
Looks like it works to me.
Yeah, after he pulled the string.
Well, I just have to tie string to the wagon flap.
Bane taps Aiden on the shoulder. Says, "Don't worry about him. Make him feel better."
We'll loop the string around one of the top hoops and then tie it to a grommet in the back of the wagon.
All right.
Aiden looks in the back of it. Oh, look, there's the crossbow and they're pointing at the entrance. And then he hops over the tailgate of the wagon.
There's I picture it like there's a thing hanging, like it's a covered wagon and there's a thing hanging down the back. You gotta move the flap to open it.
We spent 10 minutes in this house and we haven't done a thing. Oh, there's stairs over there. Let's talk about booby trapping wagons and eating breakfast.
I'm gonna put the caltrops on your seat one of these days.
It was a throwaway comment and then you had to shit all over me.
booby-trapped your wagon.
You're gonna laugh until we come back and find a dead troll outside the wagon.
There you go. We'll find a dead troll or goblin or maybe a dwarf. Who knows?
I will, but until that happens,
One of these days. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Aiden is checking the stairs as we go. 20. Actually,
Maybe
22 for
maybe a little
trappage.
Maybe a little bit rickety, but they seem secure enough.
Bernard, it is your choice if Bane goes in front of you or not. Just saying.
Fine, you go.
Okay. The big question is, were there beans in that? Was there beans in that stew last night or not?
Well, if there were, we're all gassy.
Save versus death. Oh, wait, they don't have those anymore. Make a fortitude save. Yeah.
That's okay. I'm the only one here with bonuses to poison.
You walk up the staircase and you see a small clearing and a man in what looks like a wild-grown garden plot. He looks pale and translucent-like. He looks at you.
Ah, good day to you. I believe you are the guests.
Oh shit, the ghost! And I just channel positive energy.
Is that your house?
Oh, yes. Yes, I see you vacant it now.
We apologize. I did not mean to intrude, but you did not answer when we called.
No, no, it is fine.
You you seem to be looking a little pale. Are you all right?
Oh, it is a beautiful day, and I am happy to be alive.
I think we all just kind of look at each other for a second. Like, yeah.
Definitely a beautiful day to be alive.
And you see that he takes out a black flower and holds it up towards the sunlight.
Tell me, is it not strange with this dreaded, but perhaps most beautiful flower? See, the only time when the silver blossom bloom is her life is that brief moment just before it dies. Yes, it lives as long as we humans, but blossoms as short of a time that it takes for the sun to show her whole face on the morning sky.
Oh, that's sad.
Morose. But strangely beautiful, yes, I will give you.
Not to intrude upon your musings of flowers and everything, but you wouldn't happen to know how to get out of these woods, would you?
Oh, out of here? Why would you want to leave? Look at all of this flourishing greatness.
Because we have prior obligations to upkeep. So it is not a matter of desire, but of duty.
Well, I haven't tried to leave. I love my garden. So I'm afraid I'm not sure how I can help you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Perhaps information you could give us. Do you know any secrets?
I imagine he says it just like that. You know, do you know any secrets?
Secrets? Well, I think we all have secrets.
Well,
I'm-
perhaps not your secrets, but secrets pertaining to the forest itself.
I know lots about this forest. Yes.
I'm certain you do. You seem like a very experienced arborist.
Thank you very much. I would like to think I am. Yes.
That's it. That's all I got. That's the bottom of the flattery barrel. That's it. It refills very slowly.
So, do you think you could help us leave the forest? Apparently, we need to know certain things in order to leave.
Hmm. Well, I know a fair bit about the plants and the flora of the forest, if that is of any assistance. But
Right, maybe.
I wouldn't share my garden with you unless you prove yourself worthy, of course.
And how do you propose we do this?
Oh, I just want to make sure that you have that we have a shared interest.
Well, in that case, I'm going to make a survival roll and see if I can start naming off plants in his garden. 28 to start identifying all sorts of stuff at random.
All right. Well, you have not really the academic knowledge of the plants and such, but you can kind of point out which would be used for what, and so on and so forth. And he kind of stops you as you start pointing out the flowers and such. Oh, please, not like that. Do you even know what the name of a flower's leaf is?
A flower's leaf. You mean a petal?
No, of course not a petal.
Well, a flower is mainly just leaves. They're just special kinds of leaves.
And the name of that would be what? Kind of leans forward.
Foliage?
That was just a trick question. It seems I cannot share my garden with you.
Well, hold on. We have see here him. He is cleric of what is your new god's name?
Sharing rivers and stuff.
You're muted. The gods muted you again.
Well, I really know more about animals than plants.
Hey, come on, man, help us out here. We got this. This is gonna be helpful.
I don't have any ranks in knowledge, nature, or survival.
What? You don't have any? What kind of cleric? What's what the? New godders. He says, and he just walks away from him. Walks a few steps away.
I'm going to make a untrained knowledge roll on nature and see if that'll help.
Okay.
Well, I maxed out at 10, so.
Yeah. You would need higher than a 10.
Yeah, I figured.
Bane throws his arms up and tries his luck. He actually has allowed one knowledge, and it's nature.
And you did like
11 plus 5 is 16.
Oh. Well, you actually know that the name of a flower's leaf is Pariath.
See, why am I the one having to know this stuff? You guys are supposed to be smart ones.
I don't know. I could tell you that it'll cure a rash on your bum, but
Really? I've been looking for something. No, yeah. Well, yeah. See? Right, there you go.
Oh, very good. Why didn't you speak up earlier? We might even have some deep conversations.
because he's slow.
Well, you're just slow to speak, you know, giving other people time to think and stuff like that. Don't mind them. They don't know what they're talking about. That one can't even run a business properly without me, you know.
I see. You seem to be the wiser one.
Yes. Bane's starting to get his ego stroked a little bit. Yes. I would think so too. Yes. Yes.
Well, I have more questions for you then to test you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What color is the sap from a Drakar?
These real plants?
You can't go Googling the plants. That's cheating.
So survival might actually lend towards that if the plant's useful for anything. Yay?
Yeah.
Or nay?
What's a Drakar? I mean, I've got survival and nature, so I can check myself. But
I got 21 on survival.
yeah, I got a 10 on nature.
10 on nature.
And then his survival. Easy.
I don't know. I'd have to see a picture of it.
Ooh.
What did Aiden get?
The hell? I
28.
had it up there and I moved it and I forgot.
Thought it was 20 something. He was able to tell me what it was, but I'm the one with the roll of 10, so I don't know.
Well, if it was a 20-something, that's enough. You know that the color is blue.
Oh, I
And-
legit was gonna guess that. Cool.
And you also know that the Drakar have healing capabilities.
Well, we need to remember that one. Drot Pema.
Do you have any of those around here?
Oh, certainly. There, look there. There. I have a couple of them there. Very nice.
Ah, yes. Good specimens.
Oh, yes. I have arranged them myself.
See,
Well,
this guy knows what he's talking about. Pointing over at the ghost, he knows these things. Yeah, he probably knows lots of things.
well, I have a last one for you.
Oh, okay.
What effect has a mature Folfjoskant?
See, this isn't fair because I took 3 years of horticulture and you're whipping out bullshit fantasy plants.
All right. Well, I'll go for the nature again.
Well, if you would have knowledge bullshit nature fantasy stuff, then you would have known.
I'm afraid
Yeah.
they
Bullshit.
didn't offer that as an elective in high school.
Bullshit fantasy plans.
Fantasy BS 101. You literally get your BS in fantasy.
Mhm.
Got my PhD in BS.
27 on survival, if that helps.
They call me Dr. Bullshit.
Although I might not know the actual name, so that may or may not work.
Bane doesn't have any idea on his knowledge nature. He got a 1. So he's got a total of 6.
Well, Aoden, strangely, you kind of remember this. You heard it somewhere. You just never forget. The mushroom is yellow and completely without power, but when it is mature, it is white and temporarily increases the physical strength of whoever eats it.
Okay. The immature plant does nothing. The mature plant can make you feel hearty for a time.
Yes, indeed it does. Well, I must say you redeemed yourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, we have to give them time to catch up to us, He says, avoiding any comments, as he knows nothing about that.
See, I'd imagine on survival and identifying plants, you might know some of the names and you might know what they look like and what they do. But you're not necessarily going to know what the parts of the plant are called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could buy that.
Well, since you have been so kind and shown that you are truly sharing my interest, I will, of course, let you partake in my garden.
Well, that's very nice of you.
That's very nice of you.
Here, let's see. I'll let you have one of my plants, and hopefully it will bring you some enjoyment. Here we have a ram sunflower, the drutpema, the folfjoskant. What would you like to have?
Are these just clippings, or is this an actual plant, like in a pot type deal, or we can put it in a pot or a bag or whatever?
They are plants in his garden in the ground.
So he's giving us a whole plant. Out of what he's offered, what do the different effects do?
Well, there's the fluffier skin, which was that mushroom that makes you.
The mushroom increases strength. The one does healing, but there's some other stuff.
Yes, there is the Ramson flower, which you can of course roll to identify what it does.
Isn't Ramson an actual plant
It might be.
for a change?
I legitimately credited that one. To know
17 on that.
I mean, everything isn't fantasy bullshit.
it's just most stuff.
Ramson. Might be
Um,
nothing.
Bane actually
No,
knows
it is something.
Oh, is it?
that you can, from one plant of the Ramson flower, you can make a couple of doses that you can turn into a hallucinogenic drug.
And the other part tastes like garlic.
That's something someone else would know.
And it would increase.
Of course, no.
It would increase.
Of course, Bane knows
your
something like that.
senses.
Dude, I can see sounds and taste colors. It's amazing.
So Ramsons are part of like the garlic family.
Yeah, it's just wild garlic.
So those are the three options.
Mhm.
I'm thinking either the mushroom or the healing plant.
I'm thinking the healing because mushrooms are a pain in the ass to grow.
Yeah, but it's like getting a
Eodin is mildly certain he can keep the plant alive. He's not sure he could keep the mushroom alive.
Mushrooms are pretty easy. You just keep them in the dark and wet.
Yeah, there's more to it than that.
Well, have you decided?
Do you guys want to go with the health one, or I'll leave the choice up to you. It don't matter to me.
The health one's fine.
Up to you guys. I got spells for both those things.
You know, I mean, from a marketing perspective, Bernard, you know, having the ability to grow the plant that does the health stuff is a good idea because lots of people want that, you know.
Now, if I was going to sell it, I would go with the mushroom. Much. You can sell snake oil that actually works for much more money.
So I imagine these could be used in craft potion type stuff situations, yeah?
Yeah, possibly.
Somebody.
You can just ingest them raw and have a significant effect too.
Let's take the healing one. That's more in our line, I think, right now.
All right. And he gets his little shovel and digs up the plant and hands it to you.
It is very generous of you. Drut Pena. Time to edit the loot stuff. Interesting items.
And he kind of looks down. I want you to have her. And he gives you the silver flower.
Oh, this is so nice of you.
Is that so? Is it's going to bloom at some point?
It has already bloomed.
Ah,
He was able to pick it at that moment when it was just before death. Ooh, that's nice. Very story.
and what is that thing called again?
Silver bloom.
Bloom. Okay, they're in the fat loot list. Not sure what the silver bloom does for us, but that's pretty cool.
You can always try and
Eat it.
Yeah.
Try and eat it.
That's easy.
16 on survival.
This plant is poisonous.
I'm glad I didn't eat it.
Very.
It would have been nice to have that when we were fighting the Linnorm.
So, you don't know of anywhere else that might be of interest around here, do you?
No. I like my garden, and this is where I roam. I haven't been anywhere else in quite a while. So no, I'm afraid not.
How did you get to other places when you were going other places?
I traveled.
You didn't have to hold anything special? Somebody told us we had to hold special stuff.
No. No.
Oh, well. It was good talking to you. What is your name?
And he looks confused. It was good talking to you.
Oh, okay. It was good talking to you too, old gardener.
Take care of the plant. It's very dear to me.
We will.
And he just slowly waves goodbye.
Well, that was interesting.
I don't think he can leave.
I don't think so either. I mean, yeah, he's dead, so I mean, he's going to have trouble going anywhere.
So, how many secrets do we have now?
Ah, 5?
4.
1, 2.
Well, the only other place of interest that we know is either the lake with the crazy fish or the giant's lair.
Well, we could always raid the giants again.
Maybe we should just start picking stuff up and saying, okay, let's follow this for a couple hours.
Flower.
Grabbing a random acorn, and we actually could try the flower. That's a good idea.
See, I told you. It's a good idea. Let's do that.
I have a good idea.
So use the flower and concentrate on it.
The silver bloom, or
The silver blue.
all right.
Yeah, the Pena is cool and all, but I think it's probably just a plant. The other one has more of a story significant aura
Commit
about
something
it.
to our gardener friend.
All right. Well, the wagon is still there. There are no dead trolls lying around.
The crossbow hasn't been fired.
No.
No, it hasn't.
I slapped the wagon flap and a crossbow bolt shoots out.
Stupid trap.
Bane's trying to talk everybody into having lunch before they leave.
Only an idiot or Bane would fall for something like that. And no, it
Huh?
is still morning and you are still bent for breakfast.
Well, see, we haven't had breakfast, so we must have an early lunch to get, to get ourselves on track.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But what did you eat the last? Where's the stove? He starts rummaging. No, oh, it's all gone.
You get that to there anyways.
See him in there. Fine, I'll pack these stuff up. He looks around.
I see
Trying
you.
to lick the what? I'm putting it up. You don't want to put up dirty, do you? You can
Child.
clean it.
No, it needs more soap now. Before it was just food. Now it's whatever disgusting parasites hide inside your mouth.
Not even the crumbs of the bread left, says moping as he's packing stuff up.
We should tell him not to have food more often. He actually does work.
I know, right?
Of course, it's only because he's looking for food, but
All right. So you grab the silver bloom. To the forest. You walk.
walking.
The forest has become denser and denser. In almost half a day, you have walked in an impenetrable terrain. Rocks, brushwood, marshes, chasms. Yes, everything seems to have tried to stop your rampage. Unexpectedly, you discern a magical light in the dark forest. With their backs facing you is maybe as many as 15 different trolls standing in a circle, staring magically into the light. One of them turns to you and looks puzzled. The troll puts its gnarled finger to his mouth and signs to you that you should be quiet. He turns slowly again. Between the tarn trolls, you can catch a glimpse of a man sitting on a stump. He has a long green robe and a sprawling grey beard. Opposite him sits a tall raven on a tree stump. Both are staring down on a board and a single piece in its middle.
Does this look like the same guy that was spooky booing us and got us dragged in here?
Well, they both look like old men, but this is certainly not the same old man. The previous one was dressed in a brown robe, for one.
Well, I don't have any AoE spells. So.
All that XP just sitting there waiting for a fireball. What the hell?
Decided to play a cleric instead of a wizard. I don't know what to tell you.
A wizard of nature and stuff. That doesn't know squat about nature and stuff.
Rivers and trees and shit. I know stuff about animals. That's his thing is.
I don't care about what they eat. They're just animals. They eat rivers and trees and stuff.
Hey, man.
So there's a light coming from the piece, or
It seems to be coming from somewhere around there. You can't really see. You can barely see them, the raven and the human.
and they're staring at a board
Mm-hmm.
with a piece on it.
One
Piece of
single
what?
piece. It could be like a pawn from a checkers game or something like that. It's a piece like that, basically.
Are they playing an intense game of checkers with only one piece? Are they...
Nine men's Morris with only one piece.
They seem to be playing something, probably.
Ugh, I am bad at 9 months.
And he lifts up his gaze and looks at you. No, but look, we do not have guests in our great forests. Tell me, you hikers and adventurers, or perhaps you're just lost souls like myself who has been tricked into this madness. Tell me, how do I overcome my round of coke squares against a champion of champions? I am faced with a choice to make the peace and win, but still lose, or not to move the piece and lose, but still win. How would you have done in my place?
I always find that it is better to move forward than to stay where you are. Because if you move forward, at least you tried. If you do nothing, then nothing ever changes.
Yes, I have thought about that move. And he scratches his beard.
So what game is this they're playing?
He said it was Coke's Squares.
Coats Squares?
Cokes, like the name.
Cokes with a K. Okay.
Of course.
It's an actual game.
Or is it just fantasy bullshit again?
It's probably fantasy bullshit.
And you notice that the light is coming from his staff.
Well, as intriguing as the game is, you wouldn't happen to know how to get out of the forest, or at least a clue to get out, do you?
He seems very focused on the game.
It looks like if it's a game, it's probably like a version of 9 men or 12 kings.
Perhaps. What are you doing in the forest, by the way?
We were brought here.
Oh,
By
you were
by a
brought?
different, yeah, by a different old man, not you, old man, different old man.
Oh, I see. Who was that?
An old man in a brown robe.
We do not know his name.
And even if we did, we dare not speak it. Ooh. Ah.
Hmm. Perhaps if I. No.
We'll walk over and look at their game setup.
All right.
I'm gonna stay on the outer edge of the trolls just in case.
Well, it's a square playing field with one piece in the middle. You see that there are other pieces outside, tossed on the ground.
Do I know this game?
Is it just like a single square with a piece in the middle, or is it like a bunch of intersecting squares?
It just seems to be squares.
So, knowledge local for 17 to identify this game.
What did you get?
17.
17. You have never heard of Coke Squares before. The game itself, you can't really find any logic in it. It seems very difficult.
Mm. What's used for gambling anymore?
Nothing.
What the hell?
If you want to do specific gambling stuff, you probably have to invest a skill point in it or something as a
Oh,
special
that's
skill.
probably profession gambler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like
only
this?
if you want to earn money from it. But if you want to like really gamble, there are like you have to do actual gambling, like chance and such.
Yeah.
They don't allow people to put stats in it for cheating.
Yeah.
That's sleight of hand. Ooh, does our rogue have sleight of hand?
He does not, because he's not that kind of rogue.
It doesn't. It doesn't look like this. Alex does it at the top.
So, what are the stakes of the game?
Oh. I'd rather not tell. Maybe if I.
Bane kind of watches the bird to see what kind of things going on with it, if anything.
It's sitting there, looking back at you, looking at the piece, looking at the man,
I can't wrestle like that, Kuma. Not that strong.
waiting for him to make his move.
How long have you been here?
Oh, not too long. Not too long.
We started playing when I was 15.
There's moss growing on his cloak and shit.
Well, why do you have to make a move at all?
It's my move.
So move already.
Yes, but you see, if I move, I will win, but also lose.
And if you do not move, you will lose, but also win. Ultimately, the outcome is the same, is it not?
I suppose, if you look at it that way.
If the impasse is a draw, either both of you win or both of you lose.
No, there cannot be a draw.
Well, stop being a child and make your play. Sitting here doing nothing does nothing for you.
Tell you what, why don't you make yourself useful?
Oh, yeah?
Have you heard about a dwarven shield?
The one that says freedom on it?
And he looks at you with big eyes. Yes. Freedom.
Which is what you will never have if you continue to sit here and play this game with a bird.
What do you want? What about the shield, eh? What about it?
You see that his attention wanders from the game. Ah, yes.
It wanders from the game towards what?
Just looking out into the forest, as if he is in deep thought.
Are you wanting the shield? Because that would entail grave robbing.
What? Oh. Well, I'm afraid I have to abandon this game. He stands up. I am grateful to you. He grabs his staff and knocks it into the ground and disappears.
What? What?
And the raven just cries out.
Cheater! Cheater! Mad Mardigan!
Hell!
And it jumps down on the board and kicks over the piece and flies away.
And and the trolls?
They look confused at each other and begin conversing like in troll. What happened?
Does anybody speak troll?
I do.
Bane's elbowing you.
What the hell was that about?
They seem to be very confused and disappointed because they wanted to see who would win.
Is the piece still lying there?
It's flipped over, but it's lying there.
I grab it.
All right.
Anything special about it?
No. It's just a wooden piece. Very, very simple.
I don't know what to make of any of this.
Anything on the board or
Just squares.
and where the raven was sitting and where the old man was sitting and where his staff
There's really nothing there.
Wah, wah.
There's like an old man's ass imprint in the dirt.
Yep.
Well, I guess we helped somebody out. Didn't seem to do anything about what we were going for. Do the trolls know anything about ways to get around in here?
Not sure I want to hang around to ask the trolls.
Oh, there's only a few of them. If they get all uppity, we can always slice them.
More than a dozen of them.
What, are you afraid?
Death? Yes.
Oh, fun.
Come. We have new lead. He's holding that game piece.
Oh, we had to walk hours this time.
Quit whining. You whine like pig. Wee, all the way home.
Hey. You watch yourself. You watch yourself, little rogue.
I am not a rogue, I am a scout.
Yeah, you tell that when you're sneaking.
A rogue steals things.
I know what happened before you met up with us. I looked up, I did my research. It's called research, right?
Look up on Crystal Ball.
I have my crystal ball account blocked.
I found your Flickr page.
I don't have a Flickr. I looked you up on Magic Missile.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's a good one.
Your message account.
The Book of Faces had you in it. I saw it.
So let's concentrate on this game piece and see if it leads us anywhere.
Okay. Well, the trolls will let you leave without
They better.
any hassle.
Yeah, I got a giant frog for you, troll.
Now, most of these are larger than the ones you met before.
Yeah, but like now I can summon 3 at once.
All right. Well, you walk out into the forest with the peas. After an hour, perhaps, you notice that everything is still. The forest feels, despite its constant presence, desolate and lonely. The ancient bark-coated pillars and the vegetation around them seems drained of vitality. You try to get a look of the stillness and silence, but the forest grabs you and makes you tired. You know how the shadows' eyes watch you. Someone sitting leaning against a tree. It's a little girl. Her once ruddy face and protruding cheeks are further changed in a death figure. A frail sound breaks the silence, and through your breathing, you can hear the drone of dragonfly wings. They whisper so low that you have to stand completely still to hear it. Help. Help. Mom. Dad.
Well, I've heard all I need to hear. I'm just gonna turn around and go back this way. I didn't. Not
That game
defend the
piece is-
cleric.
Bane leans over to Aeon and says, I think the game piece is broken.
I guess the game is over.
Yeah, no, she's dead.
Well, let's not count that against her too much. I mean, so was the other guy in the garden.
Yeah, but as far as dead goes, he was much less dead than this girl.
Well, she's just creepy dead.
So, yeah. You deal with dead people, right? The last rites and tournament and
Oh, now you
That's
want
right.
now you want my opinion on dead people.
That's right. That's
Before
right.
we have to burn them. We can't put them in the ground.
oh no, I fully intend to burn her, but
I won't burn her. I won't burn her up. But I want you to talk to her first.
hold on a
Why
second.
would we return them to the earth when we can start a forest fire? You know, Aoden, only you can prevent forest fire.
Picture.
See, I got my very own monk right here with me.
Mhm.
Can you wave?
Can you wave?
to them.
He got his martial arts uniform in. How about that? He's got dragons and panthers and all sorts of
Those
stuff
are all
on the
the
back.
steps that they're gonna talk to us Thursday because there's different programs.
All right. So you want to burn her and give her last rites.
We don't want to burn her yet.
Oh,
We're gonna let the cleric talk to her first in her dragonfly buzzy voice.
okay.
Think about your little white stuff.
Hello, little girl.
Oh, that's not creepy at all. Hello, little girl.
This is not how I said it. You are imparting an inflection that does not exist. You just don't understand.
Remember, step black.
So, is there anything around her?
Now step black. And punch.
No, they're
And kick.
very, very dead.
Now do it all at once.
A very, very dead little girl.
Very, very dead young girl.
Go like this. All at once.
Is she the next thing we need to carry around? That would be really creepy.
Step black.
That would be really creepy.
Danny, you do not need to carry around.
That's right.
We're gonna show how good you are. Now 7 o'clock. Punch. Kick.
Yeah, you go deal with it.
And everyone is kung fu fighting.
Those kids had extra time.
Oh, that's it.
I'm glad this is being recorded now. Yep.
Yeah. Put that up and we're gonna get copyright claims. That's what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Hey, you have to sing a certain amount of it in the same way that they sang it. I would argue that we did not sing it like they sang it.
And definitely a cappella group, we are not.
No, it's too bad too. It's because we're so out of sync on our videos that the stream doesn't stream just perfect. If it did, it'd totally rock it. Just say it. Just say it.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna carry the little girl around and see where she leads us.
No.
No.
It's like
You're gonna burn her and then carry her around.
That's right. We're only going to carry ashes.
All right.
Because
Fine.
carrying a corpse is creepy. It's not creepy at all to sit there with a bucket of ashes on your lap.
Burn. Yeah. You touch her then. I don't. In this spooky dead forest.
You're supposed to be talking to her.
I tried. She did not respond.
Oh, you want to talk to her?
Yes.
You said hello, little girl.
You just gave me the good old Stonewall Jackson, Alex. I didn't get nothing out of you.
Oh, I didn't hear you. So do you have speak with the dead or something like that?
He could.
He could. He's a cleric of nature and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Can't she just like scratch it in the dirt? Like all spooky and shit?
Yeah, I can speak with dead. I have that level of.
He scratches, "Hello, little girl," in the dirt to try and communicate with her or something like that.
She is a little girl, and I am saying hello. Why is that creepy?
Because you're supposed to say young lady. They like it when you talk to them and tell them that.
Well, fine.
Don't you know anything about little girls?
No.
Hello from the other side?
I must have called 1,000 times.
I must have tried 1,000 times. Tell you I'm sorry. I'm sorry for breaking your heart.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Hello from the other side.
Let's speak with dead.
Speak with Ted before he sings anymore.
You guys do something for 10 minutes that it takes me to cast this spell.
Hey, have you casted that yet?
Is it cast yet? No.
Yeah, do something.
Is it cast yet?
for 10 minutes.
No.
Do you think he really cast that? Or do you think he's just making things up?
I don't know. He is not very specific on what this new god wants to do. I mean, what does his god want from him? He knows nothing about nature or tracking or anything like that. And yet he says he is servant of God of nature. And I'm like, no way. I mean, if you were serving No, I don't know. Let's say Odin. You would know about thunder. You know what I'm saying? But him, no. It's just nature and stuff. And it's like, what?
I think you mean Stormir.
So, yeah. Yes, Stormir.
He lied.
I was
actually a cleric of Abadar, but he figured old godders would appreciate a god of nature more.
Well, you cast Speak with Dead.
Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet.
We've never spoken before. How are you?
They say that the time was healing, but you still look pretty dead.
Yeah, no, it's, apparently even magic can only do so much.
So I see.
You have
He
two
seriously
questions.
does say hello to the little girl, I'm sure.
You have 2 questions per caster level.
Ooh, you got lots of questions.
All right, what do you guys wanna ask?
Ask her what she needs help with.
Well, assumably finding her parents. What do you need help with?
Bury me.
I'm sorry. What? This is not.
No, wait. Doesn't she mean burn her?
No.
Does it?
No. She said.
No. No, she didn't.
She
No.
did. I heard the word.
Okay,
bury me.
so first we burn her, then we bury.
No. We do this my way.
Fine.
God.
You
Stinking new godders.
Weird.
They're corrupting the youth.
We do this the right way.
What good do you do in the ground? Your spirit is not free from the body. It's stuck there.
It turns into a tree.
Turns into a tree. What kind of stupid god turns their followers into trees?
Just your body turns into a tree. You turn into a tree and your soul comes out of top of tree.
What? That makes no sense.
You
Your
must
gods
return
are-
your body to the earth.
Your gods are weird.
Your gods are inefficient.
She's like, your gods are weird. No, your gods are weird. It's like, my dad's better. No, my dad's better.
Like that could beat up your dad.
So ask her if she knows any other ways of getting out to the forest.
Yeah. I don't. I'm pretty sure I'm not the one that has to actually ask the question.
Oh. I'll do it anyways. This is weirding me out.
All right, fine. I'll ask her.
Yes. I do.
Okay, that was it. How?
Yeah, no,
I-
it's just going to be non-specific. What secrets do you know about getting out of the forest? Or what do
The
you know about doing?
amount.
See a mound? What?
The amount.
The amount. What secrets do we know, Kane?
Did Grunfield die?
No.
Slay the dragon? No. What rune adorns the shield of the cold hammer? Freedom. What Trollkin lives in Wildheart? The Tarn. And who carries the Notarist's key? No one.
So we can name those off and say, do you know any others than those?
Well, she said the amount, so that's a clue. My guess is that we ask what is the amount, and then what is the question belonging to the answer of what the amount is, or something like that.
What is the amount?
Five.
And ask her what the question tells us what the amount is. Or what is the question for the amount?
Yeah, what is the question for the amount?
What?
You confused the dead girl.
I think the amount is the question.
Oh. Maybe she wasn't being vague.
Yeah, no, I assumed. 5 what?
5 is just the answer.
Yes, but 5 what?
It doesn't have to be. What I'm saying is it doesn't have to be a what. The question is the amount. The answer is simply 5.
What is the amount? 5. I'm sure we can figure that one out.
I'll put it in brackets.
Ask her if she's sure she doesn't want to be burned first, then buried.
Do you have any preferred songs that you want sung?
Shall we gather at the river?
No, something like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
She doesn't have any eyes. I'm pretty sure.
I think we should burn you before we bury you then.
Where do you want to be buried?
Here is fine. Here is fine.
Ask her what happened to her. Look at
Well, she
Bane.
died, I'm assuming.
Look at Bane.
I would like to know in case there's something we should
I'm-
watch
I'm
out
just-
for.
I'm just curious.
How did you die? Do not say I was killed.
I am lost. Separated.
There you go. You got lost and starved to death. Are you happy now with that incredibly depressing answer?
No, I'm not happy
Does-
at all, says Bane.
Does she know where her parents are now?
Well, probably also dead. I mean, ostensibly speaking.
Stop being such a pessimist. Fine. Do you have a shovel in your wagon?
Probably.
So no. So we do this the hard way. I
What do you mean
grab
we?
Bane's.
We all know Bane's doing it.
I grab Bane's eating dish and start digging into the ground with it.
Hey, don't break that.
Not breaking it, maybe bending it a little.
No, I had it all bent back into shape from when I last bent it.
Yeah, just with his mouth.
Well, it happens. From then on, we all agreed I wasn't going to eat wild beastie mode.
Hey, why don't we just get that guy to dig?
Can't believe we're burying this poor child.
That's what she wanted.
Should be burned proper.
She should be turned into a tree.
We burned the tree, Bane says as he's digging.
If you start a forest fire, I will tie you to it.
No, you won't, little dwarf. I can run faster than you.
So eventually we get this hole dug.
My hold animal says otherwise.
So do I just do we
I
just
don't count as
pick
an
her up and drop her in? I mean, what do we do? I mean, how do we do this?
Burn the corpse.
I think we should let the cleric pick her up. He is
Fine,
the
I
one who
will.
wants to
I'll do
bury
it.
her.
Yeah, you think it's first time I ever buried someone? No, it's not. It's a very sad story. I will not tell you.
He picks her up and her head goes. and he drops her.
I think she twitched.
The little bony hand just like reaches up. Just like,
He also just does that creepy. Oh, it's on me! It's on me. It throws it in there.
well, I need some fabric. I have to wrap her in something. She has to be swaddled before she's buried.
She's wearing a cloak. Swaddle her in that.
Oh, fine. It'll also stop her fucking parts from coming off.
All right. Well,
I imagine his dwarf says that exactly.
you gently places her in the hole.
Well, may your spirits float free and join the gods at their tables, even though we know it won't, because it'll be trapped in this body stuck in the ground.
Trapped in the dirt, then in this stupid tree that someone's probably going to cut down and use in their house. And if we stuck in somebody's house,
And then she will haunt them.
You people. You people.
Hey, we'll never knew got her.
It's not even a noble. We can't even sit there on the slab properly.
Doesn't need a slab. We'll have a tree.
Yeah. That'll become a house. That'll
Yeah,
get
well,
haunted.
it's
All
worth
because
it.
somebody wouldn't burn the girl.
No, not in this forest. You see, no one cuts down these trees. This tree, like 7,000 years old, because it has been here forever.
So we fill the hole back in.
All right.
And I guess
Tries
find
to
a
rummage.
couple rocks or something to place over it to market.
Okay.
Bane tries to get a little piece of sugar cube or something like that and sets it in there for kind of something to give her to go goodbye with. Since it can't burn her with her possessions.
What possessions?
She had a cloak.
Yeah, now she's buried with it.
Just saying, there was a lake. We could have put her on the boat, and lit it on fire. Everybody could be happy. She could be.
Oh,
burned
you
up.
want to talk about souls? You want to talk about souls? You want to put her in the boat, burn her in the boat over top of the ring that takes people's souls?
Her soul is gone
No,
already. They have to make the deal to get the change. If somebody
Then
wants,
why are you
take
making
soul.
just the ring could just reach up and just take it? You just take the soul and they would have it. If the soul's
no,
already
no.
gone, then why are you complaining if we bury her? Then the soul is gone.
It's
No,
trapped in the
soul-
ground.
It's not trapped in the girl. If you burn her on the lake, the ring takes it and they take her soul.
No, there has to be deal between ring bearer and ring take
No,
soul
then
taker thing.
Yeah, between someone who is still using their soul, not husk-containing like essence of people.
Well, why would the soul want to change into a body that's going to burn up? little exchange.
Well, maybe the
Paint
ring would be
things.
like, "Hey, I make you alive again for 20 years, and then you'll give your shit to me, and I take it."
Well, I mean, that might not be bad for her. I mean, she could live 20 years. She's dead now.
Yeah.
And buried.
And buried in the dirt with the worms that are going to crawl in her and they're going to eat. I need to get going.
That's how it's supposed to be. The worms take the flesh becomes dirt, the dirt becomes prey.
The worms crawl in, the worms
The
crawl
worms
out.
crawl out. The worms play pinochle on your snout.
All right.
They eat your eyes. They eat your nose. They eat the jelly between your toes.
Yep. Scary stories to tell in the dark.
That's right.
So, what do you want to do now?
I get the feeling this entire exchange was maddeningly unhelpful.
Though
Well,
highly
the-
entertaining.
The little, there must be something around here. The little creepy girl we led to her by the piece. Now where is something that she has we need to take or do or something?
She had a
Every-
cloak and a horse. If you want to go back for those.
Yeah,
I
we're
did-
sorry we buried you. We're going to dig you back up, take something of yours, and then we'll put you right back.
Yeah, this sounds like great idea.
You need all of your
We'll
bones?
take 'em. Just one of them.
Is
Just
there
need one of them.
anything underneath where she was sitting or anything like that?
Nope. Corpse was the only thing there.
Well, great.
Hmm.
Will the game piece lead us somewhere else if we've done the thing that's here? Do you think it's attracted to souls of some way?
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
Hey, new Godder, you know this stuff. You're cleric, right?
I
Is
don't-
this stuff
that
attract
doesn't-
to souls?
This forest is bad juju. I don't know where anything goes anywhere.
Bad juju.
It's bad
But
juju.
jeez, wow, so man.
So I guess we try and follow the game piece some more and see if it does anything different.
Okay. So you leave this dreadful part of the forest.
We've
It
done
feels-
it today.
You get a feeling of relief as you come into the more normal, what you're used to.
I feel so relieved.
But then again, you're trapped in this place.
But then again, I am reminded that I am trapped in this place.
He's going film noir on us. He's going film noir on us.
With Bane.
Walk for a couple of hours. And suddenly something sticks out. You notice that there's an arrow with a stark white feather sitting in the ground. And beside the arrow, with his face down in the thick moss, is a person who seems long dead. Only remnants remain of the forest, of the forest defeated hunter. That it is a hunter you can see clearly on the clothes he wears, and the traps lying at his side. Is now skeletal fingers gripped around a simple bow.
Okay, we're
Well,
burning
I don't have
him.
enough magic to fuck with this guy too.
We're burning him.
How do you know he doesn't want to be buried?
What you want? Go ahead, ask him. Ask him. Go ahead,
We have
Mr.
to wait
Cleric.
till
Mr.
tomorrow.
See, you can't ask him, so we're going to have to just burn him.
All right, but if he comes and haunts you because you
He won't haunt us because his soul will be free to the air. It will fly up to Sovngarde
because you
and
burned it to ash.
go there.
Sovngarde.
Yeah.
Somebody's been playing a little too much Skyrim.
I don't know if that's too much.
Too much or just enough? Well, obvious things here are the bow and the arrow. So the arrow sticking out of the ground like it was fired, or is this Robin Hood? Yeah. So he's got traps or next to him or something, like a fur trapper or something.
You notice that his leg is stuck in one of the traps.
Is there a picture of this?
Unfortunately, there isn't.
This is what happens when you do stupid stuff like, put crossroads in the back of wagons, set traps and forget where they're at.
Well, I don't forget there's a crossbow in the back of the wagon.
You could.
Well, I don't. You could, walk the rest of this forest on your hands, but it's not going to happen.
That sounds like a challenge. Bane, walk the forest on your hands.
I don't know. I could.
He,
What do I
he,
get?
he challenged your manhood or pighood or whatever.
He's challenged that before.
Yes, I know. It's pathetic.
Double portions at next breakfast.
Oh, what? Hey. I don't know that you have the means to back up this.
Extra stock in this stew. And 2 loaves of bread.
He looks in the back of the wagon to see if he's got the gumption to back that up.
Oh yeah, there was roughly a metric ton of wheat in that wagon.
I get 3 loaves next breakfast.
Only if you fall asleep also doing it.
Deal. And he stands on his hands.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna need acrobatics checks every 6 seconds for the next 10 hours.
You do know that as of this level, he's got a +6 to his acrobatics.
Ooh.
Daddy, how many more minutes?
How about that endurance, though?
Well, my con technically is a 16, as well as my strength.
You're gonna start to get tired.
All right, so you stand on your hands and eventually fall down.
I don't
within
eventually
the next 5 minutes.
I no 5 minutes. I could go longer than 5 minutes. All right. We're supposed to be looking at a arrow.
Yeah. Your
But-
hand lands on like a particularly
but-
slick rock, and you just
As-
take it right to the forest floor.
As you fall down on the ground, you hear a loud hooting of an owl just behind your head.
What?
And
Well, I did not mean to hit you, owl.
as you turn around, there's nothing there, but there is a path leading into the forest.
Hey, look what I found.
Don't try to tell me that we were supposed to be upside down to this.
If we were supposed to be upside down this whole time, what?
Look at the bow and arrow.
If his handstand had literally anything to do with that bat showing up, I'm gonna scream.
Anything special about the bow and arrow?
The bow, not so much. The arrow, on the other hand, has a message on it, like a piece of paper tied on it.
Okay.
Hey, look. This fool who stuck his leg in his own trap wrote something. I opened
He
the
wrote
paper.
something to himself? What kind of idiot writes something to himself on the arrow and then shoots it?
All right. Well, you can read this out.
My name is Guilt Snarepath, son of Rutbjorn Snarepath, shame of his father for getting stuck in his own trap.
That's not what it says.
It is what it says. I'm reading it. Through a magic power greater than my courage, have I been caught in a trap without rescue. I am sending this arrow in the hope that it will find the forest outskirts. This is my message. The forest is bewitched and enchanted. The one who enters under its branches will never get out again. Do what you can to burn the forest and turn all honorable men and women from this demonic landscape. Spread the message of the forest in all directions. Your forester, Guilt Snarepath, shame of his father.
See, I told you, burn everything. Burn everything. It is fire that purifies.
All right. Well, I'm taking all of these snares.
It's like, yeah, well, whatever, Bane. We're just taking all the snares. But hey, did you guys see the owl? The hooting?
owl?
No,
There's a path right here.
I didn't see any hooters.
I know, right? There's a path right here.
Yes, let's finish up here and then we can go along the path.
Oh, but you may go away.
So, what are we looking at here? Bear traps?
Yeah, I mean there are like a variety, but rule-wise it would be a bear trap. Yeah.
How many of them are there?
3.
He sets them open. He opens them up in the back of the wagon. And he's like, it's trapped now.
If the crossbow doesn't get him, these
Jeez. I don't have a spot for miscellaneous junk on the loot list.
I'm sure you'll be able to make one.
I did. It's called Misk.
Miskatonic?
No, miscellaneous.
Oh, miscellaneous. Now I want to make a character that does nothing but weird stuff named Mick Scalenius.
So just change the name of your character now.
Mhm.
Hey! No.
Okay.
So you found that? On him?
Take the arrow and the bow for good measure.
A leather scrap falls out of his person as you jank out the bow.
Hey, look at this. You're just full of little self notes and stupid shit, aren't you? pick up the piece of leather. Oh, look. How many locks have something? Are the paths longer than they are short? Is the ring in the forest lake made of gold or silver? And who is the third grandmaster? How many locks have something? That would probably be the 5 answer. And some Is the ring in the forest lake made of gold or silver? I got the best look at it. Was it gold or silver?
You can't really say because it was just like a shimmering metallic sheen in the dark lake. If only there was a way to grab it and bring it up to the surface.
Hey, Ben, you don't need your soul, do you?
What? Well, I'm pretty sure I'm using that.
Well, we should be able to figure out if that's gold or silver. Who is the third grandmaster is a new question. How many locks have something is a new question. That should bring us up. Let's see, 1, 2,
6 or 7. 1, 2.
That's like 4 secrets right there.
6, 7. It should be 1 from the cave guy. 2 from the number 2 is from the basilisk.
Yeah.
The Linnorm gave us the 3rd. Dead girl gave us the how many, and that's 4. And then there's 3 more. So that's all the secrets. Now we need the answers.
We had 4. Because the
No,
trolls.
what I mean-
What kind of trolls?
Right. So we had 4 because we had the dead girl. This gives us 3 extra ones. Like, are the paths longer than they are short? Is the ring in the forest lake made of gold or silver? And then who is the third grandmaster? So those are 3 new questions to add to our 4. That's 7 total.
I wonder if the grandmaster was the crow.
Maybe. I don't know.
He was beating that old man at this game.
Somebody who knows a lot about animals didn't use any talking to them stuff. Do you think if we go back there, the crow will still be there?
That was a long walk away. Maybe we should follow the path.
Yes, that is probably a good idea.
All right. So you want to follow the path?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, begin walking.
Kane, correct me if I'm wrong. This brings us up to like 8 secrets, doesn't it?
I thought it was only 7. Am I missing one?
Okay. You're muted, bud.
Yep, I'm gonna keep forgetting that. Yeah, assuming how many locks have whatever and are the past longer than they are short are 2 separate questions. It will take us
I'm thinking the locks thing goes with the girl's answer of 5.
That's what I'm thinking.
So that would be 7. That would be a total of 7.
The other thing could be, why are the paths longer than they are short?
No, it's too many letters.
That doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
Anybody got linguistics?
Well, I definitely don't.
Literally every other character I've made.
Alright, well.
I don't play clerics and rogues. This is a departure for me.
Well, you're doing fine as a cleric of nature and stuff.
Yeah.
Those other gods.
Yeah, Bane and Eowyn, they really didn't expect much from this cleric of the new gods, but oh well.
At least he knows his nature and stuff.
Shots fired.
All right. Well, you follow the trail, and it's getting dark, but not dark enough. You can still keep on going a little bit longer. And a familiar sight appears. You seem to be back at the Dwarven Cairn.
Well, at least we know nothing's going to jump us over here.
I wonder if the old man's around.
I don't know. Okie dokie.
At this point, it's dark, so I assume that I may camp either outside or inside.
We'll do the same arrangement we did last time with it.
All right. And with that, we'll see what happens next time.